In the air to left center. Goodson trying to get to it, but it bounces off his glove. All
right, it worked.
Fires it to the plate. Save. He's in there. Comes the run for
it worked.
Second.
I don't care. It's a bloop. It worked. Juicy bases turned into a juicy base hit.
So definitely a tough one to get over, and that could have been a very different result if they make the play cleanly.
Very good Texas leaguer there. I'll take that. It's cheap as all hell, but it counts.
Comes up empty as she chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first. Not in time, and she reaches safely.
Technically, I made it on base. So I get my bonus, even though I swung at a horrible pitch.
Trying to close out a one-run lead here at the top of the ninth. They're down to their final strike.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers. They see.
There we go.
She struck him out. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one.
We are one up on the College World Series. Let's go. All right, here we go. Final game. They had me hitting. They had me hitting. I am their stopper. I am their closer. All right, well, Coach, my last game of my career, I can't make it look stupid, right?
Greetings from Charles Schwab Field. We're ready for the...
I want to make them work. I want to make them think I'm there. I want to make them worry about me.
Move to second. Tip Prey dives back in safely.
Nice. How good she's dropping the OF soon. I don't think she's much of an OF girl, but that's okay.
Hey, let's go right here.
Swings through that one.
Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is
Super Keith.
Super Kick!
Let go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently, she's better.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the pre-show for our AEW Collision Sidecast Saturday Night Edition. I say Saturday Night Edition because we got a Saturday night, we got a Sunday night coming up this weekend here. So, gonna have a lot of fun. We got 4 matches tonight, 3 matches tomorrow. It will be completed after the NCAA tournament's done here. They have 3:47 left in the. It's a tight game, so I'm really hoping not overtime. But you know what? Either way, we're going to be able to watch the whole thing as it happens. And yeah, it's funny when we have such huge news coming out of AEW, good and bad, depending on your interpretation of it all. That we don't have the opportunity to watch it and talk about all at the same time at a regular time, right? But I think the biggest news that we got, and it sort of relates to the shirt that I decided to wear today, the Jury versus Tony Storm AEW shirt versus Street Fighter, is the fact that Tony Storm will be out at least 9 months. No reason has been given other than the fact that she was laid out. So I don't want to start speculating about this specific reason. It could be an injury. It could be, she's having a kid. It could be a million different things. So I don't really want to... I don't want to speculate on the why, just more the what. And it seems like 2026 is going to be a bit of a renaissance for AEW to begin with. With... If you're watching, you're seeing that... Hangman Adam Page is scheduled to be out for a long period of time. We talked about Tony Storm. There's a whole bunch of new signees coming in. You have Will Ospreay coming back, and he's going to be feuding with Mox, which I'm all all 4 right now. Next week, we're getting Swerve Omega 2, which probably is going to set up Omega and MJF, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was Swerve and MJF. Who watches basketball when the Oilers have played against a far better Lightning team? Well, by the way, good to see you, Mr. Iceman. I gave up on the Oilers. It was the beginning of last season when they hired Stan Bowman. Like, I know enough about him, but I don't really follow him anymore because, well, you had a general manager that thought it would be okay to have their trainer go after their 18-year-old boys or younger in certain situations. I'm like, yeah, there's certain... When you're starting to worry more about winning than you are about taking care of people, so... Drunk Saturday Sidecast got a little confused.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Nope. I think you got a little bit of... Got a little Rickroll on there for you, sir. How you doing tonight? Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, Iceman. It was just enough for me to say no thanks. I'm fully fine without dealing with it. Hey, Homer, good to see you tonight. Good to see everybody piling in. I know this is a very late stream. Tomorrow, we're probably going to do the exact same thing. I think AEW starts at the same time after, like, the last game is at 7 o'clock local here. So the only problem we got right now is this is a 1-point game with 2:25 to go. This goes to overtime. We might not be starting the stream for the 25 minutes for the actual show. We could be just randomly talking here about stuff, and which actually isn't a bad thing here either, because I do want to thank you guys. I didn't get a real chance to thank you all for popping in here over the last 10 days. 10 days in a row. We had a stream, one stream a day at least. Some of them weren't the highest quality in the world. I'll be the first to admit it. When you get into gameplay for a story-based game, sometimes I shut up a little too much, but the wrestling ones have been a ton of fun. I'll tell you this right now, I'm trying to figure out the best way to grind out matches or XP or whatever you have to do to grind out to get a lot of this stuff unlocked so I could get Backbreaker back up and running on 26. It is just such a severe pain in the ass. It really is. I don't want to continue on 25 because there's way too many glitches in there now. If you watched BPW Arrival, which I do recommend you check out over on the YouTube channel if you haven't yet, you would see that there was a lot of graphical miscues in the game. And I honestly feel that it's intentional. Just to, consider people to play 26. Now, the gameplay at 26 isn't that bad. It's just how much do you have to do to grind to get everything you need? So far, what I've been doing and being a little successful is doing like a rushed My GM run. But I don't know how much PXP I pick up, or RXP, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever the frick it's called. Whatever gets me stuff. But yeah, it's supposed to be you're doing all modes. I've been doing a little bit of my faction as well, but I'll be honest, playing the game is absolutely horrible on my end. I'm not a very good player when it comes to it. We might even get into... Yeah, and hope the Oilers win nothing with him in charge, and if it means McDavid's... Yeah, well, sorry, when it comes to the Oilers, you know what? Sometimes you can deal with positivity, sometimes you can deal with negativity. For me, it's just don't give them the energy to worry about them either way. Sure, I got to know a little bit about it just because I work in retail and people are going to talk about it, so you might as well know something about it. But other than that, there's enough teams here that I like to support, whether it be the Stingers, whether it be the Riverhawks, even the college teams. Hell, Love Wrestling's having one of their shows right now, actually. It's over on YouTube if you want to pull up a YouTube panel to it right now on the side, because there might be a possibility we're going overtime here. God damn it. 72-72 with 29 seconds to go. And Vanderbilt's been doing absolutely everything with its entire building against them. Because they're in Oklahoma City, which is basically a hop, skip, and a jump from Nebraska, right? Impromptu Love Wrestling Sidecast? Nah. You know what? I'd rather make... Oh, shit. Nebraska took a 2-point lead with 2.2 on the clock. We might get wrestling soon, folks. It all depends on how this inbound play happens. And, you know, they could hit a 3 and it could be all over. They could hit it. They could foul and they get one free throw and pooch the other one and cause nothing. Bandy's from Nashville. Okay, yeah. But Nebraska is like next door to Oklahoma, right? So. But yeah, just it's such a tight game here. And one thing I was really hoping for was a game that they got was going to be a blowout, their last game of the night. But after you think about it, it's like, no, you want something close here. So, but yeah, just in the biggest news coming down from AEW this week, like the other news that came down, and I put a post out on X if you didn't see it today, a quote of a Fightful post. For all the people that gave me shit, all the people like, oh yeah, no, she's going to be here. Don't even worry about it. Like it's going to be guaranteed. Tony Khan's a scam artist. He doesn't care about anything. And confirmed today, Ronda Rousey is not signed to AEW, nor is she planned on anything right now. So, for anybody that said that she was going to be around, I don't think WBD wants her on their TV live. The closest she's going to get to WBD TV right now is those highlight clips from the show, where Tony Storm was laid out now, and they got to give a good reason and give another suspect to maybe think that might be the reason why it happened. Nebraska's next door to Oklahoma. It's about 48-hour drive. Fair. Oh my God. Oh my God, the ball went in and out. Oh my God. Hit the glass, hit the rim, back rim, front rim, back rim, front rim, out, bounced out. Wow. We almost had the shot of the tournament right there. And you see all the fans for Nebraska sort of living up to their moniker right now, but a little bit of that needed. Which means we're going to get wrestling soon. So, yeah. No, but the biggest news with Ronda Rousey not being AEW, which I pretty much figured out from the beginning. And also you had the Tony Storm news, the Adam Page news. A lot of these, apparently there's going to be more signings coming up, which that might or might not be official for a lot of things. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how they do the setup for what they're doing with the Who Killed Tony Storm kind of deal. Because they got 5 or 6 different things in the locker room based on what happened there. Like they have the neon from Mercedes logo, like a neon M. They had a mallet from Harley Cameron. They had a whole whack of stuff for there. I forgot to pull it up before the stream here. I'm waiting for TK to throw out a big, oh, we're doing this now. Let's go. Just wait for the last interview to come up, so. But yeah, they turned out they put like 5 or 6 different characters available as the accomplice who is going to be taking out Tony Storm here. And the other thing is it's that bouquet too. Like, you know, the bouquet that was offered to Mina and then to you wonder if it actually was Mina, maybe. Because Mina got the win out of this. Mina has been getting a lot of wins lately. It could be Mina, it could be Athena, it could be Mercedes, it could be Megan Bain, it could have been Penelope. Apparently, according to reports, there is a story developing out of this. I just want to see who dresses up as a sleuth. That would be like a Danhausen moment where he'd walk around with his cape and a magnifying glass checking everything. Seeing how many people are cursed at once. You know, the more you see these after game interviews, the more you just want to say, screw this. It won't happen, but imagine if it could be, oh my goodness, yeah. If it could be Mariah May coming back, like I said, won't happen. We know that. By the way, good to see you here tonight. Fearfully confident. Appreciate you. And Zodiac, good to see you here tonight, my friend. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow will probably start around the same time. I'm hoping for a blowout in the last game tomorrow. Not a game like this, because a game like this will not help us in our cause. Because we are officially 20 minutes behind where we should be here tonight. So, but regardless, I hope all of you are doing well here tonight. We were just talking about who's the one that attacked Tony Storm at this point. I wouldn't even mind it being like somebody like Athena or somebody on the ROH roster that wants to move up. If we could literally do that, I wouldn't hurt my feelings whatsoever. A Zeta Steel. I don't think you really do it with somebody like a Zeta Steel, but maybe even somebody new. There's an update. Well, the update is she's not back for the rest of the year. That's straight up what TK has released to Fightful. She will not be back for the duration of 2026. Apparently, she won't be cleared for some reason. We don't know exactly what the reason is. There's all over the scoreboard what you could see it could be. Is it an injury? Is it childbirth? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. If she's not going to be cleared for the rest of the year, but they won't give you a reason, there's many ways you could speculate. Daddy Juice, maybe. Like I said, I don't know if there's a better sound for this, like, especially with the dealing with Tony Storm. Like, we don't know the entirety, but we do know that there's going to be a shift in a little bit of a renaissance here in the scale of AEW, with the fact that Hangman's going to be out for an extended period of time. You got Tony Storm was going to be out for an extended period of time, and many could argue those are two major cogs in the wheel here. And for those who play my favorite game, Where in the World is Iceman? Well, the answer is I'm hoping the Canadian Mint. Windiest quarter of Canada? Wait, you're in Calgary where Jupiter is? The windiest quarter of Canada? You could send that one over my way. I'll just send that special delivery. Oh, here we go. Nope, never mind. Sorry, they just faded to black real quick on the TV, and I'm like, is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? No. There's cutscenes. Damn it. AEW seems to handle the injuries on the roster well. Yeah, well, honestly, when you look at it, they have no problem handling the injuries because they have such a big roster. Like, it's funny because I don't know if you guys have seen WWE 2K26. I know a lot of people have been complaining about it. But if you go into my GM, because you now have 50 weeks to book, they give you like a $30 million payroll. So they build young stars well, they're building them up slowly. They're not force feeding you. They're getting closer as time runs on here. As we like hell, everybody on the roster, like we were joking about the inspiration. We were joking about Harley getting worked over earlier in the matches, getting built up into. Many people in the company do feel that Harley Cameron's going to be a champion one day, and I'll be one of them. And I know you're probably I think it's Oshawa, Iceman. I don't know why I remember that for some reason, but it just seems like that's where you are right now. But AEW has Tony Khan, when he's actually taking control of everything. MJF said it too about Harley. Yeah, like Harley is a can't miss. I do know that there was a bit of an incident where everybody complained about her missing on one moment and it blaming Penelope's injury on Harley. No. It was a group thing. Has it started for you? No. Not yet. Not yet, Ulysses. It's oh, you're in Winnipeg. Okay. As far as I know, the show isn't up yet. They were still going to commercial break yet, so. And also doing wraparound coverage on some of the shows, so. And Tony Khan hasn't announced whether it's coming up yet, so. Trust me, if it was coming up, and I would have been talking about the matches already. I'm just. Let's see if he's got anything here. Yeah. There's only one game up on. There's only one game left, and I think it's on TBS, so I don't think we're going to have that problem. It should be up momentarily. We're just chatting as we're waiting. This is the same thing that happened last year, if you're not familiar. They had to do their big pundit thing in the, the guys in the back room talking about all the matchups and everything that happened for the day and, got to give their opinions in about what's going to be happening starting next Thursday. As all of us wrestling fans are like, shut up and let's go! Just got to have a little bit of patience, a little bit of... It's a tape show. We don't have to worry about it. I understand for those on the East Coast right now, it is 11:30 almost for you. Oh, I guess that is the other big thing that came down. Hechicero got Claudio to tap out for the CMLL World title. So Hechicero is now the CMLL World Champion. This will fit in quite well with the Don Callis family versus Death Rider storyline that just wrapped up. Basically, the best way to put it is with bruh. The fact that we ran it a little later than it should have. But I do love the fact that before the title reign ran out, Claudio did confirm that he did sign a contract with CMLL, so he's one of the first ones to sign a dual contract the other way. Takeshita, obviously, the other one. That's the first one to do it. Because Takeshita signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling after his AEW contract. Here we go. Show's live, folks. Let's go. Sorry to change gears right away. We are on. McGee, you turned the switch to turn the show on, didn't you? And we're starting with Robbie Eagles. Oh my God, they got TMDK there too. Let's go. Well, I know you complain enough to complain to Bell about everything, so why, or Rogers, I guess, it would be in this case. So yeah, they're not even doing an intro. They're going straight into the wrestling. They know us as wrestling fans, we need this. And McGee, that wild card title does provide you a lot of power. Yeah, I just hope you know how to access your key card, the private washroom. Just make sure we don't catch Zodiac in there because it's got tri-ply toilet paper in there in the BPW World Headquarters offices. I think the key card is on the left side of the belt. You got to push in the last buckle. When you pop it out, the key card's there for you. So they tell us they're not going to try-ply for BPW. You get two, just for the hell of it. Try-ply for BPW. BPW. But no, I hope everybody's sticking around. I hope you're all having a great night so far. It's nice to see Kyle Fletcher with that title. And the fact that this reign, he finally got a chance to personalize the title. Because I think that's also one key thing to having it solidified for, like, everybody's talking about too many titles at AEW. So you got to make each one unique. So you have the TNT title, everybody gets to personalize it. The Continental title, the 20-minute time limit. The 20-minute time limit, everybody banned from ringside. That's the thing there. The International Championship, nobody defends it. Did you notice how WWE admits they hire people? It wasn't WWE admitting to it. Let's get that straight. What had happened is Martin Stone came out, a former WWE trainer, had said that that's what's going to happen. Rush and Allen next week? All right. I guess Darby needs to get some wins against guys that aren't going to try and rip his face off. Makes sense. But yeah, let's call a spade a spade. That's a former WWE trainer that says that. Which, you got to take everything with about 1,600 pounds of salt, right? When it comes to everything like this. We see a SmackDown, a car accident. Jade has a faction. Someone been watching. No, somebody's been watching Jade's feud with Rhea going down the toilet as fast as humanly possible. So, dumb guy question: are AEW similar to the WWE titles where you climb the ladder and get? Here's the thing. That's a yes and no question. I think the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong here. Let me get back to that. I'll kick back over on that one there fearfully. AEW titles, you do have to win to get your shots for the most part. WWE right now, it is literally storyline for the most part. We have this story worked out that this person's going to go after the title. And while wins once in a while do matter, they're not as important as they are at AEW. So, and fearfully to your thought about Andrade going after Darby, what I think happens is Darby gets the win here over Roosh. Maybe the final the small package that he has. I think it's the final chancery. Or no, the Last Supper, that's what it is. That fancy roll-up that he does. And then Andrade comes out to take him out and then challenges him for a match, maybe at Dynasty. Or maybe somewhere on the Canadian Loop. Like, we do have two very hot locations for wrestling in Winnipeg and Edmonton coming up in the next 3 weeks. Like, next week they're in Minnesota. And then from there, they actually do a double taping in Winnipeg and a double taping in Edmonton. 2 Wednesdays in a row. Irish Curse backbreaker, Jesus. I love the fact they're not messing around here. They're just going for it right now. So, tonight, are they doing the Trios title tonight as the main event? The Don Callis family versus Jet Speed and Mystico? Yeah, I think that's tomorrow's main event. If I do remember right. I'd have to go back. I'm not going to dig through my notes here right now, but no, we are getting some solid we're getting some solid action here going on, and I really wonder what's next for Kyle Fletcher, because like right now everything seems to be in a holding pattern for him now that the feud with Briscoe's done. Ciampa, well, essentially Ciampa's going after anything that moves right now. I don't know whether you want to do that heel thing with Ciampa and Fletcher, unless you're looking to flip Fletcher, which I don't think you should. And you can tell that they don't have any plans for that title when you got them involved in a trios match. Even if it is with his former tag team partner that he was with forever. Shot to the back of the head here, and we're back. For those that aren't familiar, you guys in the States and internationally, you get the picture-in-picture. Canadian TV, they aren't that smart to be able to figure out how to do it. So during Collision, during Dynamite they get it, but during Collision we have to suffer through full-fledged commercials here. So some of these fans are trying to get into it. Nice heel kick. So, if anybody isn't familiar, this is a student versus teacher match where Robbie is one of the guys that basically helped train Kyle Fletcher. Ran with Kyle Fletcher in the past. Of course, they're all from Australia, so. Oh, went over the top. Damn. Looked like a Destino there almost. Well, yeah, tonight we're supposed to be getting the Brawling Birds versus the Sisters of Sin. LFI is going to be a trios action, which whenever I hear that, I almost feel like it's going to be a Already in the Ring match. For those that are new here, we don't call them enhancement talent. We don't call them anything like that. It's an Already in the Ring match. Because, well, the other person's already in the ring. Student versus teacher sounds like a movie you need 18 plus to watch. I'll give you the rib shot for that, just for that. All right. I love the "you suck" ref chants that Fletcher's helping out with. It's pretty. Did you see his knee pad there when he kneeled down? He's got a "miss you." I think it's his picture of his mom. How can you hate a guy like that? And once again, if you guys haven't checked it out, Kyle Fletcher Pro is Kyle Fletcher's YouTube channel. He does a lot of day in the life stuff. Robbie just unloading. My God, that looked like Kenny Omega with that Snapdragon. Missed the high kick. Did the area code kick to the back of the leg. Oh, and into the, I guess you call it a death lock. You don't call it an Indian death lock anymore because, well. Nope, that won't work because, there we go. Because anytime you come up with some of those words, you just have to come up with. He just didn't hit the mat. Mike about to do a land acknowledgement. Uh-oh. I'm just going to put it there. So this is the most enthusiastic I've seen this crowd all. This is the same crowd that was there on Wednesday for Dynamite. And I'll be God honest with you, this crowd was absolute shit during Dynamite. All right, Eagles is dead. Oh, never mind. That was a rough landing. Oh, wow. A 450 on the knee. Oh, you could tell that got edited. He got all of it, Nigel. Don't even kid yourself. He just got him in the armpits instead of the head, which is a lot more dangerous. Kyle's making Robbie look like $1 million here right now, as per expected. Oh my God, he hit two. He hit two buckles there. This has been the most off I've seen Fletcher, period, which is a very high standard, don't get me wrong, but... I love that slogan on his shoulder, pressure is a privilege. They just cut his promo off. All right, Mox. I love these promos from the Death Riders now. That's right, he wasn't in the cage. One of the best shows ever. One of the best matches ever. And yes, it's a Will Ospreay match, so it's all automatic. If you go back to All Out, the night that CM Punk got fired, Ospreay versus Pac was on the card. And that match was an absolute insane one. I think it was for the international title. Oh, here we go. You see how Morto's wearing glasses now that he's officially a lawyer? And of course, the Mexican flag. For people that are wondering, the three guys in the ring already, if I do remember right, those guys are a part of West Coast Pro. That's the promotion that Chris Hero's booking now. All their shows are available on YouTube as well. They are really... I wonder if Drilistico remembers that this is like Northern California. Fresno's not usually that as much friendly as they are the further south in LA and that. So. Tranquilo. See, this is more offense than I thought that these guys would get, period. But yeah, so just a heads up, we will be here tomorrow. Stream will fire up close to 11 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Mountain. Regardless, I'll keep an eye on the ball game, and we'll see where we're at in terms of actual action that's going on. Just in case they start early, which I highly doubt is going to be the case, but regardless. And more than likely, we will have a Monday night stream just to come back from what happens here tonight. So, have you been to Fresno? I wouldn't be happy living there either. It's like I've always said about people from Calgary. The best thing about Calgary is Highway 2 North, because the fastest way to get the hell out of there. And I'm sure that joke has been used a million times the opposite way for Edmonton. Crowd doesn't have a fucking clue. Jesus. Morto's just, I guess I can do a move tonight. You guys want me to work? I thought I was just coming out here to, get potential clients for my firm. Well, since we're talking about Beast Mortos, let's talk about the happy, good thing you live in Airdrie. I'll give you that. Mortos should call that the moneymaker. Well, Mercedes already has a move called the moneymaker, right? And by the way, speaking of Mercedes, shout out to Mercedes. Got a standing ovation at Rev Pro this week where she ended up losing the Rev Pro World title. She's down to 3, folks. And probably within 2 weeks, she's going to be down to 2. Because Winnipeg Pro Wrestling is March 30th that she's attending. And that's the day before the Winnipeg show for AEW. So if you want to see the return of Mercedes, let's bet on April 1st. Just because, you wouldn't fly in a day early than just fly out when the whole promotion's going to be there, right? Funniest part about the joke is you take Calgary Trail out of Edmonton. Well, you eventually end up in Calgary, but if you take Edmonton Trail out of Calgary, you end up at dead ends. Yeah, so nobody actually wants to go to... nobody wants to come up to Edmonton. That's fair. No, nights like tonight, they only have 3 weeks to get to Dynasty, right? After tonight, it's 3 weeks, 3 weeks in a day that it'll be Dynasty here, April 12th. So if you look at it, you got to see that there's going to be, they got to start booking some matches getting towards that right now. They've got, what, one book so far confirmed. They're probably going to confirm. They're probably confirm Kenny Omega MJF on Wednesday night after he wins. If Swerve wins, number one, I'll be shocked, and number two, I think he'll still pull in there. what I think you could realistically do in this case, let Kenny win the title. Have Kenny take on Andrade at Double or Nothing. Get his win back on Andrade there. And then there's going to be some crazy match he wants to do against somebody from New Japan, so that'll cover Forbidden Door, and then that just takes it all in. If they still do Forbidden Door. Like, to me, that's... I hope Kenny doesn't have any cousins he grew up with, huh? I think he was an only kid, to be honest with you. As long as he didn't decide to marry his stepsister or anything. I've dealt with enough of that shit this week. I can't believe it, chat. Like, if you guys were here for last Tuesday, I checked out the Alex storyline from Street Fighter 6, the story mode. And it didn't dawn on me how sister cousin. Basically, Alex was adopted, and the daughter that the father had is the person he married. So it is just, that story is ambiguous and creepy as fuck. It's very rare that I'll ever pull a video off my stream before it gets released. Oh, now she's going with the stage thing. Okay. Ugh. It tastes like you? Lexi's like, I want to beat her with a stick. Sounds very Alabama or West Virginia. Yeah, that's why, like I said, there's only one time that I've pulled a video and Clark Connors did not respond for comment. God bless Clark Connors, a.k.a. Disco Inferno. I hate the fact that, you know, the Sisters of Sin are probably not getting another win again. Like, they've been getting wins on Ring of Honor, but you might as well call that a different planet as far as a lot of people are concerned, because nobody knows about it. It's good for them to get on TV, but yeah, I wonder if Windsor's going to come out with her new title, because she is the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. She won that at the... oh, there it is. Yep. Saying again, Julia is still a work in progress. Well, I just feel that Julia's maybe has a ceiling. I don't know. We don't give a flying flock. I will give a credit for that shirt. Oh, you guys make sure to show up here. We got Divine Dominion in action next week. We're probably going to end up getting Divine Dominion versus the Brawling Birds somewhere in here. She's still super young, yeah. It's going to take time to figure out what her final potential is. But the problem, here's the thing that, and this is something frustrating for myself too, and I do need to remind myself of this. When growth is like this, sometimes it's going to go like this before it goes like that. For me, it's always been either go this way or you go this way. But once you go up and you're going down, you never get yourself out of it that easily. So, or what's a better way to put that? Here, so what you do, your climb's supposed to be gradual, right? Like you even go there, you go there. Like that's what it's supposed to be like, right? You even it out, even it out, even it out. But then what I'm expecting is literally just straight up like that. Unfortunately, it don't work that way. And for some reason, it's been really weird because what we've been seeing right now, Tekla and Mina next week. All right. They did not have anything planned. To be honest, Sisters Cinnabring, Tekla's running. They lose way too much. Yeah, fair. When it comes to Julia Hart's run right now, and I forgot to do this. Julia's been like, and then just straight across lately. Maybe a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up. The other thing is you don't want the other case of China syndrome when they go too fast. That's fair. Absolutely. I forgot that I have a draw thing, folks. Sorry, my apologies. I need to start using that a little bit more as we go along here. Oh, nasty rig of the eyes. Unfortunately for you on Vertical on YouTube, don't get to see the lovely drawings that I'm making on screen right now. But I'm guessing that Tony going after Tekla would have been the next choice. Well, when you have a pay-per-view that's, 4 weeks off from the last one, how much do you have time to develop anybody else into a real challenger? What I honestly feel is going to happen here, Tekla will retain, and Mina's attacker will come out to attack Mina, get her out of the way, and set that person up for a title shot against Tekla at that point. Who it's going to be, I don't know. It very well could be Monet. Like, if this is like an emergency switch situation, whatever you do, don't let Walker know there's a draw function possible. He'll use it for evil. Just for the record, the draw function is only available on OBS, and I do believe he uses Streamlabs, so he doesn't have that option. Tells me TK doesn't view the top of the women's card too well. Well, if you look at it right now, in terms of a face, and here's a hypothetical for you. They want Willow to win the championship at Wembley. If you want Willow's championship at Wembley, who do you do in the meantime? Because I knew that's where you were going there, Zodiac. I honestly feel the reason they don't want to pull the Willow trigger right now is simply because they want her to get her first women's title at Wembley in front of 40,000 people, 45,000 people. Which, by the way, they got 20,000 sold already, so. Yeah, she needs to drop the TBS first, yeah. I do feel Willow is going to be that big champion. I also think Mercedes is the one that's going to beat Willow for that championship. Then I think Willow's going to win it again and then lose it to a certain Bailey Dubb, but that's a surprise to come up later on here. So I really want to finish that video. I got it half done already. You guys are promised a how to book video, and I want to get it done here. So for those that are new on the channel, we had a how to book challenge, and everybody put in points for it. If you're going to pay-per-view that close together, you should have storylines move through the two that come out to the head in the second one. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've been fed WWE-isms where everything is brand new every month. And storylines don't get so deep that they get to carry on for that long. If Tony Khan's got a great story, it's going to go for a year. Otherwise, it's going to go for one pay-per-view cycle, and that's it. It's a little frustrating at times, but it also leads into great matches. So they're doing double tapings all throughout April. That actually makes a lot of sense, though, now that I think about it. You called it the sky blue instead of the code blue. That happens, I guess. When you have two guys that are, I don't want to say they're B-level, but you can tell when a Riccaboni or an Excalibur are out there. Vince needs new shiny things, which unfortunately is why WWE is falling off. And when TK changes it all up. Well, Vince isn't in WWE anymore, Iceman, if you didn't know. He got booted 2 years ago now? No way. I thought they were going to get the win right there. You do not try to slap a New Japan Pro, New Japan Strong Champion, so. And that's why we know you're not doing it. Oh, fuck. Let's go, Sky. As far as we know, he's not allowed near it because, well, he might be going to jail soon. But that's a whole different story for a bunch of lawyers, so. Ha! Finally, somebody buzzed Nigel's ear. Oh, they were looking for that elevated DDT. There's the haterade. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, no, Hunter did come up, yeah. We all know that. It's just... And also the booking at WWE right now is interesting. Suspect, I think, is a term a lot of people would use. Brawling Birds and the Divine Dominion. Let's just get it already. So we got Death Riders versus Commander and Dorada, which you got to admit, Claudio, if this is like we're supposed to be keeping things kayfabe here, Claudio should be pissed right now because he lost the title to a luchador from the Don Callis family. So he should be taking it out on a couple luchadors, which I'll be surprised how long this match actually goes. I think it should only go like 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. I don't think this is their main event tonight. It very well could be. But while we got a split second here and just trying to gather everything in together, just a reminder, everybody, we will be back on tomorrow with Sunday night Slam Dunk Sunday, or whatever the hell they're calling it. AEW Collision on a Sunday. We will be here. I'll fire up the stream around 11 o'clock. I think that's when the last match is in. So keep track on socials. If it is any earlier, I will let you know ahead of time. And then, yeah, we'll probably throw up a stream on Monday. Depends what time I get home from work. I'm back to work now. So if I'm drained from work, if I can't give you the 100% performance that you guys deserve, I don't get up here and do stuff. So, and then, yeah, Wednesday we'll be here. We got Tekla and Mina. We got Roosh and Darby. We got Swerve and Omega. I think already now we got a home run of a show coming up. Now we just got to piece together the rest of it and see what goes on there. And I think a lot of that will get settled tomorrow. Like, it really wouldn't surprise me if they schedule the Birds versus the Divine Dominion for next Saturday. It really wouldn't shock me at all. Because next Saturday, I do believe... No, it's the weekend after that. It's on Easter weekend that they're going to be going up against Stand and Deliver, which is NXT's WrestleMania. Which they're actually doing a separate venue this year. They're doing it off WrestleMania. They're not... Usually they have it as part of WrestleMania weekend. But I think they literally found that they just didn't have the room for it. Which baffles me. But yeah, they're doing it April 4th, if I do remember right, from St. Louis, Missouri. So... with that being their biggest show of the year, I really don't know which way they're going to go on a lot of that stuff. I'm assuming Kendall Gray wins their women's championship there, but other than that, they're probably going to stick with Hendry with the title. And just a lot of action come out. And maybe, could you imagine, and just... I'm throwing hypotheticals out based on earlier in the stream. If you guys got a chance to watch NXT this week and the ending of it, I watch highlights. I didn't watch the whole show. I'll be the first to admit it. But the end of the night was Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley in a cage match, which apparently was beautifully done from everything I've seen. They dropped the over the cage rules, so they went to AEW rules for the cage match. Tatum retained, but after the match, as she's going up the ramp, the part of the ramp opened up. Mariah was in there, and she dragged Tatum down into hell. Could you imagine if they considered hell AEW? And Tatum showed up on AEW TV along with Mariah? That would be trippy on like multiple levels, but I said it before and I'll say it again. MJF is probably does the best tape promos in the company. Live promos, he's still, while he gets his points across, that if you do condense his videos, he's great. But but the fact that he gets extra time and just, it becomes a lot of diminishing returns for a lot of his promos. Oh, so it is our main event tonight. Okay, that's cool. So I did get our wrap-up done at the right time. So once again, everybody, thank you for being here. So yeah, we got the Trios title on the line tomorrow. We got the Divine Dominion in action tomorrow. What can I say? That you don't need anything else for a reason to be here. So what I would highly recommend, if you guys are looking for entertainment on a Sunday on Twitch, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, head over to, here, I'll even give you the, I always appreciate giving a free plug here. If you guys aren't following him already, give the Retro Hangover a follow here. Chris, a.k.a. Zodiac, is going to be on the stream tomorrow. And, yeah, immediately following that, hop over to the channel. By the way, if you ever wonder, Zodiac, it's /raid, and you can just go at Mike the Ref and just throwing it there. Might be you, might be Shane. I thought, oh, that's right, because both of you weren't on last week because of the pay-per-view. That makes sense. Because Shane wasn't available and you were here with us, so that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, go check out the Retro Hangover before coming in here. I'll have them on in the background. I'm usually lurking in the stream. I don't chat a lot. I just show up. Either way. It could be World of Warcraft. It could be somebody having a mental breakdown over Mega Man. We don't know. It could be either one. It's been amazing watching you sometimes try to Mega Man's done. You don't want to go back? You don't want to go back to it again? Last time I was on there, you were about ready to till I get the SNES games fair. Last time I was watching you play that, I swear to God, I thought your monitor was going to be heaved out a window. Why is Garcia constantly going after the mask? Like, that gimmick eventually is going to die a little bit here. Yeah, it's funny because you're always told, learn every swear word possible. You don't worry about, if you're going to learn any words in a language, learn the swear words. But yeah, we will be here on YouTube as well for anybody watching on YouTube, whether you're doing the watch along or the or whether you're watching live or you're doing the VOD. That's what I was trying to say. My God, my brain needs to be smartened up here a little bit. You know when you've worked a 54-hour or a 32-hour shift to start your day, start your work week, after being off for a week, it sort of gets to you for a bit? That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I appreciate the fact that this crowd was so dumb that Claudio not wearing the title coming out to the ring didn't really matter. Well, he really doesn't want to get him that much. And Claudio just killed 1 kill. Oh, fuck. That was funny right there. Because literally Dorada set himself up so that he could hit the so they could hit a pile driver. You could see that Dorada actually grabbed around the waist, behind the knees, what you're supposed to for a pile driver. And Claudio's literally like lifting him, like peeling him off like a piece of Velcro to get on his shoulders to slap him into that announce table, which they conveniently cut to rather than... They changed the angle real quick and the video got cut up a little bit there. Some smart editing for AEW and a smart call by Claudio. Let's face it, Claudio wants you to do something, you're going to do it, whether you're volunteering or not at this point. So, but this is a good way to wrap up a Saturday night show when you're only going to have an hour. A very strong tag match. You're not going to have a lot of consequences to it. I think a lot more people will check into Sunday more than they will on Saturday, just for the fact they are getting ready for... Everybody's settled in for the night and, you know, getting ready for a busy week ahead for a lot of people. Or you could be like me and be on the back end of your first week back to work and like 5 days away from going to your first wrestling show in over a year. If you guys didn't know, next Thursday I'm going to Mystery Wrestling here in Edmonton. It's the first time they're debuting here. They're usually in Gatineau, Quebec, is the home base for them. They've done shows in Europe. They've done shows in Toronto. Now they're coming out west. They're coming to Edmonton on the 26th, and the day before AEW Dynasty, they're doing Vancouver. So it is a promotion run by Evil Uno. A lot of great characters on there, and I'm going to do my best to yell and try to keep things going with everything that's a part of it so everybody can sort of catch along with the stories. Because that's one of the biggest things you worry about when you're dealing with talent coming from out of town and they have their special gimmicks that work directly with the promotion. Unless you have people that are actually watching the product, they won't understand the reason why they do certain stuff. But I do feel a majority of the card is going to be a lot of the local talent here, which it'll be fine. Like, I'm not going to say it's going to be great, it's going to be horrible, it's going to be fine. Like, we do have a very high caliber of talent here in Alberta in terms of professional wrestling. In terms of Alberta booking, well... I don't know which one to do that, or do that. When it comes to Alberta booking, I don't know which one's the appropriate button, but they all seem to be. I will go with... I gotta time that better next. I gotta switch these two buttons around. Because realistically, what it should have sounded like there was... accidentally hit the one button a little too early. So that's what happens when you don't line things up right. But yeah, just and just a heads up, we got an ad going on for Twitch right now, or it's coming up real quick. Only one ad tonight, so that's the one good thing. And Claudio just said, no, oh God. Commander didn't know what was coming, and he decided to hit his knees. He is so lucky he's working with somebody like Claudio, who knows what the hell he's doing. Like, Commander's good. It's just every once in a while he'll get into a spot where he just doesn't jive with someone. But they do have history with each other. Like the biggest story between Commander and Claudio, as we talked about before, was Claudio ended up losing his spot on the C2 because of Commander. Who ended up being an injury replacement. Of course, the damn thing happens again. Only one time tonight, so that's the first time it's happened in like 4 days. So I don't know what's going on at this point. It very well could be my internet connection, which I'll have to look through with TELUS. Oh God, what are they planning? Jesus! That was... I'm glad the ropes were tight enough for it. Oh my God, what is Dorada doing? Oh, wow. So yeah, Garcia's got to get out of this somehow, I think. Could you imagine? Oh, Claudia just said, yeah, no, we're done here. No more arguing. Tag me in so I can destroy this mother. You can tell this is almost done at that point. Oh, God. Yeah, no, he's dead. You know, it'd be nice if you actually told us what was on tomorrow. You could save this for tomorrow. If Claudio loses this match, could you imagine like the story about this? Oh, fuck. Commander just crotched himself. There's no adjustment there. He just literally crotched himself there. Oh, God. Claudio said nope. For lack of a better term, he just said nope. Up, down, neutralizer will finish it, and Garcia's... Dorada's like, you're really choking me. Okay, trios is the main. So they're literally not showing us it. Well, you gotta check the posters out, I guess, folks. And they literally just pieced out. It's like, yeah, we're not seeing about bye. Oh, what a great finish. All right. Speaking of finishing, we're going to finish up real quick here because, well, it's already 12:30 a.m. on the East Coast, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer than you have to here. For those on the Red Brand on YouTube, we will be back tomorrow with AEW Slam Dunk Sunday with our Collision Sidecast. So make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe, tell all your friends, and we'll see you next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.